This one, Chinese painter's name is Wang Zhou. He's 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 called a Chinese painter, but he's also a teacher. So he has many students in nowadays is all these his students become like tier one Chinese painter right now. But the students are almost like also same like 70, 80 years old.
This guy.
Yeah, his student right now is 70, 80 years old. Yeah, same like Carl. His name is Huang Zhou. Yeah, some Huang Zhou. It's like if you search the English name, right, it's H-U Huang, then C-H Zhou. Well, Huang Zhou is very good at animals, figures, and how the most successful topics he paint is actually donkey. I paint a lot of donkeys. Right? Donkey, yeah, donkey. The long ear one. His donkey right now is quite expensive, a few million for one piece. Yeah. So this one we do this. The his style, right, is mostly xie, right? But he's a very you see he combined the figure, the portrait, right, and also the animal together, right? But the ink in his painting, he has all the effects we see the dry white, right, dark and light. So it's the animal he painted is very different from traditional way. Traditionally, we either go for gongbi, right? But he's mostly using the ink, uh, which if you look in the detail, it looks like a Xubei Hong the horse, very similar. So can I see?
Yeah.
Yeah. So their painting, they all have the Western sketching technique or basics for the Chinese painting. So they have very strong sketching. That means the proportion or the ratio they paint very accurate. So, but this one, the ink, how they use the ink, it seems like the horse. So let's practice a little bit. Then you start the medium brush. Yeah. But remember the way to paint is always you start from the main part on the face. So we start from the eyes, down.
Is it pure ink?
Pure ink, pure black. Yeah. Okay. So we can do the eyes. If you see the thing is very interesting. You see the eyes it looks like just a two black dots but he's actually putting that in details. That means that he's actually drawing. Is it the eyeball? Everything out. The only thing make it dark, right, is because later he's actually gonna smudge using the lighting into the can actually in the eyeball. Okay. Then after the eyeball, right, it goes for the nose. It's like inside the eye coming down a little bit, then that's the nose. Also, the nose, right, he's not painting like just a circle. He has thicker, darker, which shows the shadows in the nose. Okay. Then this one also. You see, all these four parts are actually the most darker parts, and also the leg later. We use the dark ink. From here on, right, we don't use dark ink, so we're gonna go a bit lighter. So you put a little water, but it's not very light. It's still dark. Just comparing to the pure ink, it's actually a bit lighter. We start from now is actually the structure, right? See the marks. The little. Of course, here I got the, the rope tie the buffalo, right? But this part, I think for practice, we no need to do that because we're getting the whole structure. So the mark is under, okay? Then some more, 2 layers, right? On top from here, right? We're going to the lines and transition, right? Into nose. But here, you see, when he painted, he actually leave a highlight. You see, surrounding the nose, the nasal, the whole, right? He's getting highlight. So that's a very important part. So it looks like a 大写意, but it's actually not. So he's getting a lot of details. The nose, right? And the head is more like triangle, right? Right. So once you had done the face, then you move on to the face, right? So on this side, now you see lighter in. This side also lighter. Now, you see this part very important. Once you lay down the lighter in, you still need to get darker to lighter transition. But this time, right, you have to wait a little bit because the lower layer, let's say you look at it's already smudging. Don't touch it now. So now we move on to the horn side. So like sun of proportion, right? Is still a little longer than the forehead. A little bit longer. Same, you start lighter on the side also. Then this one on the draw the line. After this, right, you see on the horn, you can actually go a little darker. See this one color this side and the lower side. This side also lower side and the tip a little darker. Right. So after the horn, we'll go for the ear. This one do have ear. A lot of times when painting buffalo and even the core, I forgot the ear. It's the ear and oh, yeah. And from the neck, coming down. All these details, right, on the face, lighter, don't do that right now because this part is the dry brush. So you need to separate the white and dry. Dry white, white or dark, usually means it's actually the front side. The dry part usually means back side, or either is actually on the side, say the face. So you have the dry. Then you go to the side, right? This is coming down a little. Right from the face, now you move down to the neck. Inside the body. Under the neck, always have this part they have something like coming down, right? For the normal the call buffalo. Then coming down a little more darker to define the center of the chest below. So this one is not a straight front facing, it's a little bit side facing. So on the left hand side is bigger, right hand side is smaller. Then from here. Now the proportion for the leg can't start should be lower than the mouse, right? You cannot go start from here, right? Too tall. Should be a little lower than this one here. Then this one you can directly go stroke. But if we follow Xu Hong the way to paint the horse, right, you can still go for the line first, right? Then later you shade the shape. So can but if you go directly with the stroke, it's also good. Then you see when you paint until here, then just no more. Under that, it has to be dry and dark ink. The same symmetrical on this side, right? From here, coming down. You need that. This is two leg. Then you move to the back, right? After you do the front, then we move from the head to the back because we need to close the back side from here, right? Little darker. This is the back of the buffalo, right? And this is the hip. Now, once you finish the whole thing, buffalo the leg is shorter, not so long. So you have the shape coming down. I see you paint the lower leg. Now this part when you're painting, remember to take note on the stroke. This one should have dark, thick and thin. You cannot go for the same thickness for the stroke. This side a little behind so to be darker. Now you see, once you finish all this part, now you start to shading out. Shading means we can go a bit darker, right now, and also a bit dry. So from the still go around like starting from the face, right? So go darker on the top, middle of the nose, like that, middle, right? Then the lips also can go a little side, the darker. So you go add the darker ink before you go for the drying. This one is darker. You go darker first, right? Lower side should be more darker because more shadows side. Then when you come to the face, this is one very important. You see, we didn't draw the lines in the face, especially the nose part. But for buffalo, cow, and horse, right? Normally their nose are flat. So you want to show the face on the side is actually like going like a slope, right? So what you do is leave a small gap here. Cannot connect it. Should leave a small gap. Then your brush should be light and dry. Light and dry. Light also see light and dry, but I'm leaving a gap to the nose so that the top of the nose will look more flat. Uh, Now, when we're painting animals, that's the thing. You see, we lay down everything in lighter first. Then we go for darker. Darker in Chinese painting, we call this called 明破淡, means um, darker, breaking the light. But after that, right, you still need to go back to lighter. So actually spread or smudge certain parts, right? Like go a bit lighter right on this side. See, I'm going to spread or smudge the body so that they have more depth and also the structure of the animal look more rounded instead of like just a very flat. And you can also smudge in the eye. The reason normally if you look at Guangzhou or Hubei, they don't paint the eyeball for animal painting. Don't paint the eyeball because if you're painting the eyeball, especially you're adding the highlights to the eyeball, so when people look at your painting, they kind of go more looking at the face. But for 写意, like especially with the lot ink using like that, so if you want to show is actually the whole pose or the whole body instead of just the just the face. So so normally you can apply that if you want to focus right, more on the pose should actually something 用到哪里你现在去了是吗？行，嗯，是选弄知道一样的，一样的，是吗？不知道。Beside, right? You see, too flat. So we want to go a little darker, right? Not so square. Go in. So then all these like rings or ropes, right? You have to do later once it's actually dry. Now for this buffalo painting, he's in his painting, he's actually having some color. In this one, it's not pure black and white. He's actually having a little uh, this is actually their generation. They like to use brown plus yellow, these two colors. I think a lot of painting we don't realize that it's actually they kind of sometimes go a little bit these two colors together. I'll show you how it will look like. But this one sometimes they will use in their painting, sometimes they don't use. I have to show you how it looks like. So you put a little protein, right? No need to be a lot, just a little bit. And you put a little yellow. In in their generation, they like to use these two colors. They also like to use this color, 52. Yeah. So if you mix, right, you see, you put a little yellow into the brown. Then you need to add a lot water. Add a lot water. It looks very much like the 14, right? Without with a lot water. Yeah, put a lot water. This one you must put a lot water. Yeah. Then you shade, shade where the part you use the lighting. Basically, uh, for a lot animal painting, right, you need to actually use this color because it's actually what we so called the skin color. So even for buffalo, it's actually some more like dark. It should be using this color a little bit. So this color, the function, right, is not only uh, color the body, it's also transition your dark to white because you have a lot of white space on the body. Right? So if you kind of go a little bit transitional color in the middle, right, then it look much softer. Yeah, so this color, not very dark. It should be this very like this color. Um, so in their generation, they actually like to use this combination a lot. Uh, so if you look at Huangzhou, look at 徐悲鸿 because a lot of 徐悲鸿 you never see the origin. The original look very different from the book. So that's why a good book, they can restore the whole original color. But also because of the age, sometimes the painting is already old. Then the paper also got brownish, so you don't see the original. Yeah, that's for the bathroom. Then the lady beside him, this one in nowadays painting, his student, one of Guangzhou's student, is also very famous right now. He's called 史国良 in China. He's doing the portrait one. He's also very active on social. It's very interesting. But a lot of people, I don't know, nowadays I think it's as freedom speech, right? A lot of people criticize them for, should say, their painting is not Chinese painting. That's a very Western, like, but it's just, it, if they paint, you can say if you paint better than them, right? Then the so kind of blur. Oh, okay, that's yeah, original cost like that. Okay, the inland style of the bird. Yeah, this one is the um 1937. This is quite before China. This one is the Zhao Xiaowang. He painted yeah, painted in Hong Kong. This one. So the bird, this one, the bird he paint is a family, right? With a nest, right? Of course, you're gonna have light below here, right? So this one, The beautiful part for this painting, right, is actually the branches. Branches. So Lingnan style when they doing all the flower and birds right now. It's very here for Zhao Shao. We see how it's not according. It look like a real branches, but they make it look very beautiful. Oh, that's it. So you find a real branches, you can't find it. Something like that. But here a few part is the things we you should learn is actually how the leaf goes like this. This paper we can use half raw. We can also even you use cooked one also can, but the cooked one what happens is the black will not be so black as the half raw. So if you want a certain parts, let's say the tree, the body, right? This one more dark, should use half raw instead of the um, cook cook rice paper. So we can practice a little bit on the bird. So the tree bird is actually two facing. We look at the back, one facing to the front, and it means the chest. This is always the case. You paint a more than one bird, you should always have a back and front one, not all the way looking at back. We paint the one, this one the front facing easier. That's the lower side. Paint the back. 加上 when he paint the bird, the pig. This style that he did, right, inspire a lot of nowadays. If you go Hong Kong, right, you see a lot of Lin Nan style, the Chinese painter. They paint bird all like him. This is how the style, how the put the eyes behind the top beak, not above, but behind. Right, they have the lower, it's not open. Uh, the head here, right, is actually coloring everything black. So it's a little bit similar. If you recall, we paint the peacock before, right? It's a little bit similar like that style. So you can take the medium brush now behind the beak. So we're gonna color this on the whole thing. Right. But the leaf, this part, white. Also on the bird, his all the bird he painted is a flat head. The head, this part is flat. Go down, like they go directly to the wing. Now, also on the brush, he used is the horse hair. Yeah, horse hair. Horse hair. Is normally in traditional, you don't see that the horse hair. The hair is taken from the neck from the horse. So it's very hot. It's why the wing and the tail overlap. So it can go a little longer. Proportional rise, right? When we're painting the bird, remember the head and body, this proportion is more important. Sometimes if we focus on the head, then the head become very big. So that's it. For the ink part, that's all. Uh, then he start Start the coloring. Just now the brown plus yellow using this bird. How do we use this one? When you're painting smaller area, that's the thing. We can do separate. That means if you can't do in one go, you just do separate. That means I do the yellow and put it on the big. Then I do the brown. The brown should be less than the yellow, right? So then I go brown to the front. Now you have the color transition. So dark to light. Sometimes we also color the eye here for brownish. He paint always sometimes the bird opening big time with a got a tongue here. Got a tongue. Tongue sometimes he use red, sometimes he use brown. Then the body, right? He's actually using this 58 for the body, but 56 for the head. This is two different colors. It's not the same blue. So the 56, when you use a very important, these paints are normally you see what when we put out the paints, sometimes will very watery. For the bird painting, you need to have the solid paint, cannot be the watery one. So you get the dry. See, this one has to be dry on the tip of the brush, right? Then you overlap. See here, you press, press. So that means we want the front type, sorry, front of the head is more bluish. So, the coloring. You can see it. It's very
But you wanted to merge into the ink.
So that means you have the brush should have no color. The tip is blue. That's right. Blue liner on the tip and then on the front of the head. And the back side should be no color. So grass, right? Then very specifically one look very bright. This one look very dark. I think it's the project. Then the body, blue, we use the 58. It's different, but you can actually, if you don't want to use 58, you can still use 56 plus a little ink will also be 50, similar to 58. So you go very light, okay? This one also one stroke here. This one, the brush also need to have color transition. That means the tape should be blue. The bottom should be no color. So when you press down, you see, you go like that. So the back side, this side should be lighter, or even like almost like no color. But this side should be darker. Okay. So this is for connecting to the body. Body, which is another color is 55. Sorry, 52. Yeah. So, yeah, 52. Just a little bit. Then the white part for this part you can also color just now the blue for the body. Go a little shading. But he is actually using the white paints after the design. Then the body is the same way you apply the blue. That means you're gonna have your tape in the color, but the bottom of the brush no color. So I want the half of my brush with the color, half no color. Then when you're painting the body, you should go reverse. Just now you see you go this way, right? And now you reverse. So I'm gonna merge the two colors. Right? So if I go this way, see what happens is bottom of my brush, I'm gonna merge with the blue. because there's no color. So this is help you to transit the color. This way to paint the bird with Zhao is very important. Is a bird always have this feature, color transition. Then the leg is actually painting white. This is white. But for us, right, if you can't see the white, the little white, because on the white paper you don't see the little white. Then you go here for the white.
The white is the lips.
Yeah, is the leg, is the tie. Yeah. Then the leg is actually the 14 plus a little ink. So more the little black, brown. So the brown should be a bit dry. The leg goes from white, it goes here, coming down. Uh, Remember for bird, it's actually the bone, right? So these two sides should be thicker, right? The middle side should be thinner. So then yeah, one, four, then the other one. This one, the leg, only you can't see, but you see when you painting the tree, right? Plus you use the lighter ink, then this side, then you will see the leg. And bottom of the tie, you can also put a little 52 around here, just a little bit. Uh, of course, this one. Of course, the face, this one, the white that you have right now. But remember, still leave a little blue on the side, so it looks like a popped up, like it's like chick. The beautiful part of this painting, right? If you look at the three birds, it's actually giving this bird an expression. It looks like closing the eyes.
Yep.
You see, very cute. Um, is how he closed the eyes. He put a white paint on the eyeball. You see that? It's actually original. He paint the eye, then he put a white paint there. Now the eye look like that, so it look like smiling. So this is very cute part. So it's a happy, right? Although it's very subtle thing in the bird. Some might think, you accidentally, you paint over the eyes. It's not. It's purposely doing that. So just paint this one. Then the eye look like smiling. Then the rest, you see the nest, all those just use lighter ink, right? Then on top you use a lighter brown and go there. Then about the leaf and trees, just now I mentioned, Joshua is using the horsehead. So the horsehead actually gives a very hot feeling. That means it's actually the brush. We're just skipping the nest. We go to the tree. The tree, the leaf, right, is actually having the darker ink. Now, you see, when he paint the leaves, he want a softer, but when he painting the tree branches, he more like want this dry feel, right? So you can go for the branches. See this one, the dry look. How do they achieve this one? It's like a very soft outside darker, inside lighter. This is how he achieved. In the if you're using full rice paper, it's easier. You put the ink inside, then you flush the water inside in the darker ink. So it's actually getting the inside will become lighter. But if you're using half raw, what we do right now, you can go a little bit wash your brush for a bit lighter ink. So now you paint first the leaf. Let's say I want to shape this beside the branches. Now, when you paint the leaf, with the lighter ink, go like this. Now,
The leaf,
yeah, this is the leaf. This part is actually the leaf. Yeah. Actually, these are the no. If you look at the actual tree, this is the leaf. Actually, it's the wrong one. But he's actually why he do branches like this. More like not the leaf. It's the uh knot. Uh, not the knot on the branches. The leaf, not on the branches. How to do? How he do this? Right? You go the lighter one, and then on top of the lighter one, how do you achieve this effect? Yeah, you go the lighter, this is roughly the shape of the tree, right? The knot. Then you go darker, right? Then your darker brush need to go outside the shape and inside the shape. What do I mean, right? If I want the knot to be more clear or hard, let's say this one, uh, my brush will go outside. I'll go this way, okay? It's kind of when I touches the lighter inside will smile, but outside will stay. Okay. So then if I go this way, right? So certain part he want a very strong ones, he will go outside. Then let the inside spread in the lighter. Okay. Then you see all these knots. One, two, three, four. All these knots. Then you see, when you do this, right, then the outside will become darker. The inside will become lighter. This is halfway, half raw. When you do the half raw, right, you go a little bit. But the key thing is just when you touch the brush, has to be outside the liner. If you see, if I put inside, what happens is all spread into surrounding, like it cannot give you a clear shape for the outside. So that's the part. Yeah. So then we keep on going, doing something like that. Later on, right now, later on, he will put number 55 in the branches, in these branches. 55 normally in the branches in the center. Uh, so you will put. So if you look at the detail, the image, right, there's some blue, some green, which is 55. This is his own style, right? If you like, you put. You don't like, because if we don't put, it's all dark, gray and black. Sometimes it might look too dark. Then we go for the leaf. The leaf is actually 52, the same like the bird body. So that's the finish. Then this leaf, right, we go lighter, into bit lighter, not so dark. The way Joshua to paint the leaf is he has a pattern. This one, the pattern is always dragging the center line a little bit longer, no matter what kind of leaf, right? Can I see, huh? Yeah, you see, huh? He's painting this tree leaf or his painting peony leaf, right, is all the same. He used the same style, his way to paint. The way to paint is actually he go a little wider, right? Then he will come back, right, not to the top. Just not the morning class we have the leaf go to the top. He will come to the center and come again, right? So from here it will have one long stroke, right? Then let's say this leaf, it will do multiple, right? Like the second one go center, come down again. So he will have a shape of this shape, like a Z shape, right? So coming down, go up, and coming down. Now, after he paint, he will use what? He will use the line. This line is very important in his style. He will use the line to to show you the direction of the leaf. If you look at it, imagine, right, this leaf, if he didn't put the line, you don't know which direction because it's all coming down. Then beside this way, right, he will do side or something like that, something like this. The side is exactly the same, right? He will go one, come up, one, and that. Sometimes he will go one, come up, coming down, and even go back and then coming inside. He's actually showing you a turning leaf. Uh, so this is his personal style for the leaf. But if you can see the way he do, like that. Then the lines in the middle, right, is actually using the 52 plus a little ink. Uh, it's actually the same color. So this one you have to wait dry, otherwise it's gonna smudge. So maybe I just use tissue to dry and show you. Inland style, right? You wanna use a line brush better because you wanna not so smudging. So I use, but actually you can still use the medium brush if it's dry. I use a little ink. For this one is the 52. Okay, so getting this darker color. The leaf, we always like to do this part, this star. You see this one coming down right to the front, and then this side, you see coming back, coming back. Now in the front, he likes to do this small, small. So his leaf look like a. Sometimes you say look like soybean, like it's the bean is coming out, like the plants coming out, like the tape, or like a peanut. You see the peanuts when you open the peanuts, right? On the top, see, around peanuts, if you what open up, right? This one will look like this. So it's actually have one smaller tape on the front. So his line for the leaf always go like that. Another one, right? Then this one also thicker. Then in the front, he likes to do something like that. This is his own style. Of course, when you're painting, right, you understand the style. If you like, just follow. If you don't like, it's okay. It's on the very personal style. Not every painter go. That is actually doing this way, right? The reason he having this style for the leaf is actually to make sure the leaf, right? You see, normal leaf, we like to draw the line like this. We like to draw the line like a leaf, right? We like to draw the line this, right? Now, if he do that, right, what happens is especially he paint a lot. You see, so many leaves. Then you have to draw a lot of line, and also it will make the painting look more messy. So what he do, right, is changing the proportion. That means we only have two uh, lines underneath. And so one major line here, there are smaller line to show the lines. That's a very smart way, especially for this type of painting. Because if you draw, you see, imagine you draw more lines here, right? Then you will definitely lose your focus from the bird, right? And this one become more complicated. So that's great. But of course, um, his other paintings, I believe, is all the same. How he draw the line was it's very different from the traditional way to.
Makes sense to just draw. If you don't want to follow, to just draw the center line.
Yeah, you can just draw the center line, and that's also fine. Yeah. Mm. But one thing, just remember he using ink or color, especially when he draw lines. He's focusing on the thickness of the stroke, change from thick to light to thin. All those, if you look at his paintings, from the tree to the smaller branches, he always have that changes of rhythm in the stroke in one. Yeah.
Paper.
Yeah.
No, I need the big paper.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Well, that, is that how long? What's wrong? Anything, and anything, I'll leave it out. You feel that text. Okay, just give it me, I'll make it work.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Get a boy out, yeah. Good composition like that, profit. And, but, yeah. Yeah. Okay, come back.
If I get that boy, I'll get the bird, but I'll need and so why I want you square for sure. I need to get yeah. Oh, this one. Yeah, this one.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
No worries. I'm sure we can.
So,
Never mind. Okay, one. I'm fine. I think I see I saw another one there. Right, don't worry, okay, I can let him use.
Yeah.
I will
Ah.
sharpen. Okay,
Yours? You got the supplement?
no, this is yours.
Oh. Mine?
Yeah, this sharpener was here.
I never know.
Yours.
Supplement.
Oh, must be your daughter's one,
Ah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, not the electric.
It's okay, no worry. Maybe we can get the paper and then let.
Yeah.
Then we will find. Which one is yeah, right, I forgot to do that.
Thank you.
I need to draw smaller than this, right? Like this is too big, right? Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
okay. Yeah, I try.
Go bigger than the.
Yeah, don't go bigger. I already too small.
Probably the buffalo is too small, but the bird also too small.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Too small.